over there. I have tried his Chardonnay before. Absolutely delicious.
Yeah.
Love it.
You need to try that Syrah.
Yeah.
Ooh, that one's good. All right.
So much wine, so little time.
I know, right? I had to stop sipping because I would have had.
I'm holding the knives. I'm holding the knives.
She's
Carolyn.
holding the knives. All right, so we're going to talk knives with Meredith. She's got a couple of things still to come in the show, but this is Groovetech, and we'll explain what that is. Meredith brings us these wonderful knives that have these little channels, which basically are so that the food doesn't stick to the knife. They're new this month in this set of 3. You're getting a 3-inch paring knife, a 4-inch snub nose paring knife,
which I love.
Which I've never even heard of.
Oh, I love it.
So I know I don't have that knife. And also a 5-inch Mezza knife. You're getting protective sheaths for each one, and the whole price is less than $30. The handles and the sheaths come in either red, blue, or black. So just choose your color.
So let me tell you, first of all, the 2 knives you need in the kitchen are chef's knife and paring knives.
Yeah.
And the paring knives you use all the time, you use them over and over again, and it's worthwhile having more than one. So to have 3 smaller knives that you can work with, all with different function and different purposes, that is fantastic. So let's start off with this larger one here, and I'll explain to you what this wavy thing going on here on the blade is all about. But what it does is it creates a little air between the food and the knife. So as a result, I can slice through something starchy like potatoes. And how many of these are sticking to my knife blade?
None.
Exactly.
Wow.
You gotta love that, right? So beautiful, easy slicing, but there's something else that that wavy design does for us, and that is it makes it easier to go through foods.
Okay.
So easier to put the knife through, say, blocks of cheese or whatever it is you're working. It really explains how that works. So the air is able to get between the knife and the food because of that wavy design. Because of that wavy design, then, and there's air, there's less friction between the food and the knife blade. So it moves more easily. You know, when you are slicing something, and I'm going to show you in a minute, slicing cheese, and the knife gets stuck.
Yeah.
And it's such a disaster.
It's just like a suction cup.
It's hard to get it even
Right.
out of the cheese, let alone through the cheese. That's what happens with a regular knife. But with this, easy use, and the cheese falls away from the knife blade. It's true. And then, of course, you need these little knives for all those small jobs, right? If you were the kind of person who has one knife and you use that same knife for everything, you're doing yourself a disservice because when you have a small job, you need a small knife.
Well, if you have these 3 knives, you can use them for everything. And I wanted to mention, just because it's wavy on the surface of the knife, the edge is clean, so you're not getting a wavy cut. And you're not able to really cut through that cheese right now, are you?
Well, I could do it, but it's not very easy with the regular. And that's a good knife. That's a technique knife that I love, but it's not going to go through here. Here, I'll make a new cut in the cheese, and you'll see I can go right through, and it just falls away. To me, that is fantastic. Look at that. Boom.
That's such a difference.
Such a difference, right?
Because, oh my gosh, we're already getting limited. Okay, Frank, what's up? We brought in about 6,000 of these for the month. There's 1,800 left. Wow. If you want black, there's only 200 to go around, so those aren't going to be long for this planet. Then we also have the red, and we have the blue, and there's my scribbling. But again, they come with the sheath, so when you are not putting, you could put them in a knife block if you wanted to, but...
Absolutely, but you know what I do? I have mine in a knife block, but I often travel with my knives. If I'm going to somebody's house and I'm expected to cook, or if I'm going to a vacation on a vacation home, I always take my knives because they never have a knife that makes me happy. And once you start working with these knives, it's really hard to not have them when you need to cook.
Right.
Look at this great example. Fresh mozzarella, right? Soft, fresh mozzarella. But look. Doesn't squish the cheese.
Wow.
And falls away from the blade, right? That happens with no other knife that I know of.
That's really outstanding.
Yeah, it doesn't. I love that. Here's something else that doesn't get squished when you are using this knife, and that is, you know, a soft, delicate croissant. Imagine being able to cut into a soft, delicate croissant and not crush it.
Now, can I sharpen these knives like any other knife?
You sharpen these knives exactly the same way you would sharpen anything else. It actually has a straight edge blade. So because there's that straight edge blade, what you're going to find is that any other knife sharpener that you use will sharpen this.
Great.
But it's made of Japanese stainless steel.
Okay.
That holds its edge for a good long time, so there's no problem there. You're not going to have, you know, it's not the knife you're going to think, oh, I have to sharpen it again. That's not going to happen.
If you want black, very limited now, and these make a fabulous foodie gift too. If you know somebody who's got a birthday or just a special occasion coming up and you want to gift them with a set of knives because they're the person who loves to cook, this is going to be a welcome gift. And they probably don't already have this type of knife.
Exactly. This is not a knife you're going to see out there in the market. This is made specifically for Cook's Essentials on QVC. And here's that snub nose. You see, I love the snub nose. I grab it all the time. It's good when you're slicing through anything, making a sandwich for yourself. Maybe you want to slice a bagel in half. Look, you can do that with the snub nose, and you're not in danger of that point poking out the other side.
I like that whole idea. And I do not have a snub nose paring knife. I would get the set just for that, even if I didn't love the others. But I do.
You know what? I kind of feel that way too. I'm loving the snub nose.
1,400 now left for the month, and we started with how many? 5,000 to go around, Frank, at the beginning of the month. We started with how many of these? 6,000. Now less. Okay, about between 1,400 and 1,500 left now to go around. So less than $30. You're getting the 3-inch traditional paring knife, but with the Groovetech technology, the 4-inch snub nose paring knife, and then that sort of a little bit of a chef knife, a little bit rocker mezza
Absolutely,
knife.
Which is fantastic for that. Here's that little paring knife. That works so nicely. Look how you can make little gorgeous little garnishes. And then with that mezza knife that we're talking about there, here's what you can do with that. Work with it like a chef's knife because you can actually rock through it just as you mentioned, Carolyn.
Yeah,
Look at that.
That's a great knife too. And remember, the Groovetech means air gets into those little channels, so food does not stick. And you don't get that suction created when you're trying to slice through something that's really thick, like a block of cheese. It glides right through. It's an amazing difference.
And to get 3 knives, 3 knives with that technology, with the sheaths, which are no joke. These are really substantial knives.
Yeah.
Beautiful handle. We didn't really get to talk about.
Soft
really
grip.
Comfortable handle. And you'll see that it's wider here. If you look at it from the back, you see it flattens out and it gets wider at the back. That is just so comfortable when you wrap your hand around it. Little places here for your fingers and thumb, just so that you really know what you're doing. When you have a knife in your hand that's sharp, you know how to hold it, that's a safe knife.
Well, these are popular, and don't dilly-dally, as I like to say, if you want the black, because it's very limited now. In fact, they're all pretty limited. We also have the red and the blue, a set of 3 for less than $30. Now, if you thought that was a good deal, wait to see what Meredith still has to come in that multi-cooker, which is an amazing price and lots of beautiful colors, all pretty metallics coming up. But first, well, Tara Tescher was on the show with me on Sunday when I filled in for David, and we blew through several other pieces in this beautiful floral lace, figural, not floral lace, but figural floral collection that's done in gorgeous florals. There's barely anything left in